chest and something that goes to my chest.
Today is day 5. We are getting off of the trail, which is the best thing I can think of right now. Oh my goodness, I am so cold already. I am wet. Last night I put my pants and my shirt at the end of the tent instead of inside of my sleeping bag because they were slightly damp and I didn't want wet in the sleeping bag and I thought they would dry better. But Larry did not pull the boat up all the way until the middle of the night. And so my pants and shirt got dripping wet. So I have on one of Noah's shirts. Thankfully he brought extra. And I have wet pants and wet socks to go with my wet ankle brace and my wet shoes. And it is raining. Raining. Haven't really wanted to get out of the tent yet.
This is our campsite. The creek's a little swollen because we got rain last night, so some of my stuff is out. Noah and Kirsten got a good campsite, except for they didn't quite tuck under the ground tarp. So a little bit of water got on the ground tarp and under the tent. And I thought we had a pretty good spot, except it got a low spot where the water couldn't drain away. So on my side of the tent, got a little puddle water, which just happened to be where my bag was. The only problem is we had big thunderstorms that ran on for like 2 or 3 hours. I don't know how much rain we got.
It's because our tent was in the path of the water flow that some water poured over the top of the bathtub part of the tent. Fortunately, we didn't really flood our tent like we did a few nights ago.
And this is the trail right here. Yeah, the running, flowing creek.
Glad to have the last day. Top of the mountain.
Yeah.
About, I guess we can turn around so you can see that we're at the top all the way around. We have gone about half a mile, so we have about 6.5 left. And
It's still raining.
it's still raining, drizzling, not as bad as it was. We're hot.
You're hot.
I'm hot. My feet are cold. My feet are numb. They're wet. My pants are still damp.
It was, let's just clarify on how intense the rain was. It was wet enough that my hair is actually wet.
Yeah, and her hair is really super thick. So, like, she can't just get in the shower and have wet hair like I can. It's not instant. Hers is get in the shower and about 30 minutes later she might have wet hair.
Well, depending on the water pressure. So at my house with the crappy water pressure, it takes about 20 minutes with me like sectioning it off to get it wet. And my hair is wet, hence the bun.
Yeah. So, anyway, it's a little bit miserable-ish out here, I would say. And we have 6.5 more miles to go.
Plus side, 6.5 miles to go, and we're done because all of our stuff is basically sopping wet.
Yes, and there's food.
Yeah.
Ozone hamburger is supposed to have the best pies in the state of Arkansas.
We'll see.
We're not sure if that's true because Kirsten makes some killer pies.
Supposedly their coconut cream's their best, but well, I'll let my husband and parents be a judge of that.
Yeah, Kirsten's is amazing. She's such an amazing cook. At any rate, motivation food today. And dry. I have one pair of socks dry. I have my sleep pants that are dry. And so my thinking is when I eventually get in a car, I can get dry with a wet towel. No, I think I might have one dry towel. We'll see.
We'll have to share that one dry towel.
Yes, we can share. Sharing is good.
The verse of the day is Psalms 95, 2 and 3. Let us come before him with thanksgiving and extol him with music and song. For the Lord is a great God, the great King above all God. I think this is a good verse for me today. But let me start by getting one thing straight. I am not going to sing on camera. I can't sing worth a darn, and trust me, you would not find any of my singing entertaining. The part I do want to focus on is the Thanksgiving.
The truth is, I'm feeling kind of grumpy. My torso's hot, my feet are cold and numb, my body is wet, and I'm just somewhat miserable.
Plus, my left ankle, which is quite swollen, is really hurting. So, since I can't be thankful while complaining, I think it's great for me to focus on this particular verse. I do need to focus on Thanksgiving. So, I'm thankful for this time with my family. I'm thankful for the beauty of God's creation. I've really enjoyed the views and the waterfalls and the flowers. I'm thankful that I can walk as many miles as I have, and I'm thankful that I've had the time to do this. And I'm thankful for God's word to remind me to be thankful. Hey, and I'm also thankful for my rain gear. It's keeping me from getting any more wet than I already am. And I'm really thankful for the burger joint that's about 4 miles away. Hey, I'm feeling better already.
Alright, we're getting close. We got 2 more creeks to cross. This is the first one. So the ladies are trying to cross.
Surprising, Kirsten, the water's cold. What a shocker. That is pretty strong, yeah.
Yay, they made it! Up the hill you go.
I have a feeling this is not normally swamp. We have had quite a bit of rain last night. Stay tuned. We may be crossing something that goes to my chest. Whee! Wait, I can hear that from here. That can't be the water, can it? We are at the top of the mountain. We just got over the ridge. But that sure sounds like a river to me. That's probably the one we were warned about that went above the waist of the man who was 6 feet tall. I'm worried about that river.
Alright, Noah and I have already gone across. It got up to about our waists. That means we found the spot. So they're going to try and walk along the ridge that probably would normally be a path, except we had a whole bunch of rainstorms.
Hard plant, don't be baby about it. It's gonna get up to your waist. Come on, come on. It's not really unusual. Very quiet.
Crap!
Come on.
Mike, you should have put name on. Yes, but my crap! Wait!
Come straight towards me, come straight towards me. Come straight towards me, come straight towards me.
You're almost there. That's because you're supposed to be heading over here.
Come straight here.
Head towards Noah. No, you're not. You're walking.
You don't understand. There's a current. It's a current.
Yay, we made it. Da 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 da.
Yay! We made it to the Ozark Burger Barn. Food! Let there be food.
I'll take fries. I'll take fries. Question, are your breaded mushrooms like the fried mushrooms? Yeah. Can I get orange soda? My pet burger. Okay.
Food
and the warmth of the car made our day much better. In all, we hiked 50 miles of Ozark Highlands Trail. It took 5 calendar days, but with the 2 half days, it was the equivalent of 4, not even a full 96 hours. We learned a few things over the last few days, like how to not flood our tent. I learned that Ryan is a crazy driver, but he loves me enough to have driven all this way to help me fix my camera. I learned that beware of dog signs means if you have a little bit of patience, you can have a new 4-legged friend. I learned that the men of our lives are very helpful. They were willing to carry extra weight just for us, and they wanted to beat the rain. I learned that snakes on the bank of a river mean that the snakes, not the humans, have all the rights to go swimming. I learned that trees will not stop us from making it to camp. I learned that we can cross rivers even if they are crazy high. I learned that we can continue hiking even with ankle, knee, and hip pain. And I learned that we're excited to be off the trail to get dry. And finally, in spite of all the obstacles, I learned that I will want to do this again. After all, the Ozark Highlands Trail is 270 miles long, and we've only hiked 50 of it. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. We'll see you again on trail really soon.